So glad you guys are here. We missed you all month. Come on in. All right. So as always, we have attendance prizes. So be sure and tell us in the chat where you're watching from, who you're watching with. If you're a consultant or if you are watching with a consultant, you want to tell us their name because they get an entry for our giveaway for attending with a guest. You get an entry just for being here and asking questions throughout our workshop. Welcome, Shauna, Valerie, Diane. So glad you guys are here. We are super excited. We're excited about this one. We've got a new product to show off. We've got that season transition. Who's soaking our last few days of summer up? What are you guys doing for the last few days of summer? Or maybe you guys have already started school if you've got kids. Tell us what's happening in your world. Shirley's joining us from Fargo, and she's here with Erin. Glad you're here. So be sure and tell us who your consultant is. Oh, also, it's real important if you're watching on Zoom and you and your like name is just your first name, or it might say like iPhone something or Android 470. Tell us what your actual name is, and that way we can get you entered into the drawing. Okay. We have Kim to thank tonight. She's our behind the scenes gal, making sure everyone gets their entries for our attendance. And then I have our tickets here with Emmeline that we'll do for questions. So I think this is going to be a real fun workshop. We're going to go ahead and get started here. I'm going to make, Kim, I'm just going to make you a co-host, and that way if you happen to see someone that needs approval, you can just let them in. Yes, you're getting thanks in the comments, Kim. All right, so tonight we are going to show off our brand new product that just released in August. It's called the Bento Box. So it's going to help all of our kiddos going back to school. We can pack our own healthy lunches. I know right now we're always looking for a way to save, and we did the math on how much it costs per day to feed each of our kids. And it turns out that they're going to be bringing their own lunch. So we are going to show you some fun things you can do with it, a couple ideas, and then you can share in the comments if you have some special lunches, snacks, things that you do for takeaway as well. So before we get going too far, let me share with you just a couple of housekeeping things. Emma, will you open that thing? My dishwasher's too loud, it's distracting me. So we have in August, if you haven't known, actually let's make this a game. Who can tell me in the comments what the August specials are from Pampered Chef? Who knows? We're going to give you tickets for this.
I know.
You know, well, Robin knows. That's cheating. Can't know. Who else knows? And you can come live too. Tell me, what are the specials for customers? Anyone know what customer specials are? Ooh, Diane knows. Diane says $100 off appliances. And that is absolutely correct. The biggest appliance sale Pampered Chef has ever had. Our cooking blender, which we're using tonight, our griddle and grill, our air fryer, our Flex Plus cordless system, and the multi-cooker, which is our pressure cooker. That's one of them. 60% off. That's absolutely right. We have 60% off for hosts who, and guys, you can stack that discount. So if you are interested, let's say you really want the air fryer, it's been on your wish list forever. As a host, not only do you get the $100 off, but then you take that discounted price, 60% off that. So every one of our appliances that range from $249 to over $350, all under $100 for host. And you only have to have a qualifying party, which is $200 in sales. And that's almost always 3 orders. A free gift for spending $80. That's right. And one of the gifts we're going to be using tonight, our peeler set, you get all 3 for free when you spend $80. As always, $150 is free shipping. Was there something else? Oh, $49 kit. Good job, Coral. So if you want to join our team and be part of this fun team that does the workshops every month, and we use these as training for our consultants to learn about the products, to learn different recipes, and just to fall in love with them. And we invite our community to come out with us. So those are our specials. And then we are, I got to tell you this, if you're here with your consultant, you're going to want to help them, because we are in a bento box challenge. This sells for $30, and you might win one tonight. But when you buy one from your consultant, we are having hardcore competition to see whose team, like mini team, can sell the most of these. So we've had a lot of fun with this challenge, and I'm pretty sure my team's going to win. I'm just saying, you know, because I've got the mic right now, I can smack talk, right? All right. I think we probably have everyone here. Let's go ahead and tell them about the bento box. What do you say? This is Emmeline. I'm Katie, but I don't think I introduced myself. I'm Katie. This is Emmeline, my daughter. She's going to 4th grade. And we've been talking through, we're going to pretend it's 4th grade Eve. And she's going to prepare a couple of fun things we found online to share with you. And this is her first time ever. So you'll get to know what you think of how this all works, and tell us what you think. All right. So Emma, we want to take it away and show us what we're doing tonight?
So I'm going to put some apple peanut butter.
Ooh, that sounds good. Tell us more.
It's using the Uncrustable thing, so craft.
Yeah. So we're going to have an Uncrustable. So go ahead and get the peanut butter started. We're going to do 2 pieces of bread. Peanut butter's right here, honey.
Oh, yeah. This peanut butter for the sandwiches.
All right. She has special peanut butter. I didn't realize this was a thing. Okay. So we're going to have special peanut butter. Tell them about these and tell them which one you like better.
I like this one better because sometimes I like to make sure that sometimes I use like this side sometimes, and then this side's like a straight flat side, so I can just spread it with that side and not having to do this stuff right there.
Okay. So with the Uncrustable maker, we call it a cut and seal. They've made a redesign so you can not waste as much bread. There used to be a circle, and we're going to make sure that the peanut butter that we have on here is going to stay in just at the center area so that it doesn't get too overfilled. And while she's doing that and getting that all together, I'm going to use our Rapid Prep mandolin on the thinnest setting. And we're just going to do a couple slices of real thin apple to put on this peanut butter apple a pocket sandwich. So the Rapid Prep mandolin is amazing. We make French fries with it. We do all kinds of fun things. I'm just going to cut this apple, little piece of it, and then we'll make some little bitty slices. What do you think? You're being too loud. All right, so we just made super thin, kind of nice floppy thin apples. How many do you want to put on there? Okay. All right, well, don't hurry. We're good. All right, so we're putting some apples and some peanut butter. Like it. You want to give that a try? See? One more. Oh man, it's gonna be a really big pocket. Okay. Yes. Pop them together, line them up. Yeah. So where'd it go? Here we go. All right, and it's a rocking motion. So you hold it down, line her up. You got it? Rock, rock, rock. And then when you push down, you can take the peel away. Do you want me to give it a double check? Yes. All right. All right. So there's your pocket sandwich. Looks like maybe a little overfilled, but show that. Looks pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, and then tell them what we learned about the crusts.
If you can save the crust and make homemade croutons in the air fryer.
Yes, so we're gonna save the crust in our little resealable bag. and we'll, you know, get them all week long, and then we can make a nice yummy salad with delicious croutons after. Okay, so why don't you open up that bento box and show us all the different pieces of it. All right, sure we got it on camera. And guys, make sure you're asking questions in the comments and we'll answer those and give you tickets for our door prize too.
So take this off. Then there's this section in between you can put a napkin in. And then for the lid, in between the lid, you can put the fork and the spoon in it.
So
it has to go down.
yeah.
Both of them goes down, and then you put it on.
And the fork and the spoon, let me take those out while you show them, you can open it up and tell them about the tip on opening it up.
Open it up from the corner, not here, because it has a
little silicone
side thing
it's that little
from leaking.
Yeah.
And this one has pot. If you wanted to cut like a sandwich that's not uncrusted yet, you can. But I'm just gonna put it on one side because it fits on one side. So.
Okay. And then this other one here is the nice big open one.
Okay, I need a nice big open.
Well, we have to test it out. It's our first time, right?
Mhm.
So we can put the sandwich in there. And then for here, we are going to be making, we found a green goddess dip online. And what we thought we'd do is cut up some veggies. And you like tomatoes, so we're going to get some tomatoes in there. And we just saw this online, and this isn't a Pampered Chef item, but we found these little silicone muffin cups. And we're going to put our green goddess dip in there, and then our carrots and our tomatoes.
And
So,
we can fit 2 in each one.
yeah, you could. Yeah. So the green goddess dip, let me share that recipe with you. And then I'm going to pass it over to either Dusty or Robin, whoever is ready. But the green goddess dip is like what I always try to think about, especially for her, because she's not usually like a big eater, but I want to make sure like when she's going to school or when she's out of the house for that long, and they only get these short little breaks for lunch, we want to make sure there's protein, that she's getting like a nice balance. And we don't do dairy as like part of our normal diet. And so it can be kind of hard because cheese sticks are pretty common, but that's not like a good option for us. And so hummus, little protein dips, there's a red walnut pepper dip, and then this green goddess dip is avocado based. And she loves guacamole. She loves avocados. Yeah, go ahead and show them that too. This is an option. We like to put just a handful of almonds, and I'm like, just make sure you eat your protein. So, you know, all us moms have our little things. So tell us in the comments, like, how do you make sure that your kid gets some nutrition when they are doing school lunches? I'd love to know that. So the recipe I'm going to be making, and then I'm going to pass it on. So because the blender can be kind of loud. In the blender pitcher, I'm going to do, it's a half cup of sour cream and a 1 cup of Greek yogurt. And I substituted both of them for our So Delicious dairy-free plain Greek yogurt unsweetened. So I just did the cup and a half, the full cup and a half. And I think it is coconut based. And then we're going to do 2 avocados. And for that, we are using the little avocado tool that's like all in one. So you can pierce the skin and then take the pit out there. Yeah. Oh, it got ripe. I had to put these out on the porch in the heat. There's a tip for you. I like put them right in direct sun so they'd get soft enough to use.
They weren't in direct sun.
And then pierce them and scoop it out all with one tool. So I'm going to put those 2 items in, and I got some basil from the garden. We're going to throw in with it salt and pepper. And there's a lemon juiced with the citrus press. I'm going to use that later to show you a homemade salad dressing, so I won't show that now. And then salt and pepper to taste. So we're going to make that green goddess dip. Very simple. It's more filling because it's got those good fats in it. She'll have her almonds, her peanut butter, hopefully a nice balance to get her through the lunch day and keep those brain cells working. So that is our first bento box set up. And who's ready? Dusty or Robin? Who wants to go next?
Hey,
Yeah, I'm
Katie,
ready.
Yeah,
you have a couple of questions. Do you want them real quick?
yeah, for sure.
Okay, first question was, how long do you air fry your croutons?
That is a good question. It's probably only like 4 minutes. I need to look up the recipe, but I'll tell you what, in the comments of our replay, I'll throw that crouton recipe up, okay?
Oh,
Yes.
Okay, and then another question, does the silverware come with the bento box?
I'm so glad I started to say that. These are actually a replacement part. It's $3.50 to add those on. So it does not come with the bento box. It actually, I bought them as part of the make and take jar. So we're going to be making a salad in a jar if we have time in a little bit. And they just are a replacement part for that set. So you can buy them separately, but because it fits in the bento box, I'm like, that's perfect. And then you don't have to use plastic silverware or have you ever lost some of your metal spoons? Yes.
Okay, is there a way to keep food cold or hot?
It is not like a insulated, it is microwave safe. So no to the hot for sure. I betcha you could fit an ice pack between them though. So, I mean, cold enough to get to lunch, I'd say probably. Has any of our consultants on tried that yet?
I do
Haven't
an
tried
ice
it.
pack in my bag.
Okay. Yeah. Like on the,
But you might be able to put a thin ice pack in there. Actually,
Yeah.
I might have one in the refrigerator that I might be able to try real quick.
yeah, I think I do too. I'll check. Well, to be,
To be
Okay.
continued because Tom has it in his lunchbox.
and I just saw Tracy had asked about exploring gluten-free options. So we do mostly gluten-free as well. My kids do eat bread. I don't though. So like for me, the salad in a jar is a big deal. I just make sure I have a really yummy salad dressing that I like, and I typically home make it. And you know, if you don't have to worry about dairy, you know, the applesauce, yogurts with granola, you can make homemade granola. We've got a couple of great recipes for that. But gluten-free isn't too bad once you get used to it. And I know how tough it is, Tracy, if you haven't been doing that, typically it is hard to make the change, but once you do, it's like, you just know. And I would be happy to share any more tips that come to my brain as they come up, or if someone has some in the comments as well. And were there any other?
There's one Facebook question. Geraldine want to know, how long will a sandwich stay fresh in the box?
I don't know. I mean, I would put it in the equivalent of like a plastic bag. It's got that nice seal. So I don't know that it's airtight completely, but it should be at least good for that day, right? The night before. And anybody can chime in if you know more than I do. It's so new to us, right? Like that's the only trouble with our new products is we still have to test them a little bit. Try freezing a wet sponge in a Ziploc bag, and maybe it could conform to the size. Interesting. Yeah, it's a good idea. And they'll last a couple of days. Tracy says her bento box style, it's a different style, but they last a couple of days in there. So that's good. Good to know. Cool. Any other questions? Actually, I think I saw one from Kay.
Kay asked, does it matter what kind of bread you use for the croutons and the pocket maker?
Nope. Nope. It would probably be hard with toast. So don't toast it first, probably. But hey, why not? All right. Let's go. Robin, are you ready? You need a few more minutes.
No, I'm ready.
Okay. Let's go to Robin and I'll get this goddess.
Which one do you want me to do first?
How about that one you have in your hand? That's perfect.
Oh, okay. We can do that one. All right. So Who's always on the go first thing in the morning and never catches the breakfast? Anybody? Well, I've got the perfect thing, and it's right here in my hand, and you can take it anywhere you want to go. All right. It is our ceramic egg cooker, and it's microwave safe. And I am going to show you how you can cook a scrumptious blueberry lemon muffin in the microwave in 1 minute and be out the door. You can make it for your kids. You can make it for yourself. You can do whatever. But I'm going to actually give you some substitutes as cooking tips that you can use if you're watching your cholesterols or whatever. But let's get started. I've got some melted butter in here. It is 1 tablespoon. So what I'm going to do is I am going to add the egg yolk. Now, it's just 1 egg yolk. Now, if you were to not want to use the egg yolk, you can substitute it for like a tablespoon and a half of egg substitute. And it will, it will drop your cholesterol by 15 milligrams or drop your fats by, I think, like 5 grams. So if you're watching your fats, or I want to show you this. I don't have a thing, but I wanted to show you the egg separator that we have. I don't have a bowl. All these bowls, and I don't have one in front of me. So I wanted to show you the egg separator. That's pretty funny. All these bowls, I don't have a bowl.
Robin, while you're doing that, Geraldine wants to know if you're not using the egg white for the muffin, and if so, why?
Because that's what the directions call for.
That's my kind of answer. Sorry, Geraldine.
But if you wanted a fluffier muffin, you could use the egg whites. Okay. But this is actually going to make it more moist by using the yolk. But if you are watching your cholesterol, use an egg substitute. But that is my solution.
She liked your answer.
Yes, but reserve the egg whites, and you can make a lighter, fluffier omelet with this, like the next day. So I'm going to put the egg yolk in there. So don't waste it, because you can use it for an omelet the next day. Okay. I didn't throw it out the sink. I promise it's still in there. All right, so we have a tablespoon of milk, a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract, but I'm using Pampered Chef extract and it's double, so I did half of that. And I love their vanilla extract. And I'm going to stir it. I need my music on, guys. I need my music. Okay, so next I'm going to add the flour, which is 3 tablespoons. And see, you could already have this prepped and ready to go. And then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of sugar. And then 1 tablespoon of, get all of that in there. We need all of that in there. 1 teaspoon, I'm sorry. No, not 1 teaspoon. A 1/4 of a teaspoon of baking powder. And then we're going to mix this all up. So you do everything in one pot or one bowl. That's the fun thing with Pampered Chef, is they try to make it as easy as possible for you, to where you're not having to make a lot of mess. And you can do all different kinds of berries, frozen or thawed. And another tip is when your berries or fruits are starting to look like they're beginning to over ripen, put them in the freezer. Don't throw them away, because you can use them for smoothies, or you can use them for these. 2 tablespoons. Stir it up. Okay. And forgot the most important ingredient. I believe I forgot the most important ingredient. My lemon. We're going to use my favorite tool in the kitchen, lemon zest, and the zester. So to zest a lemon is basically just taking the top part of the skin off the lemon. Okay. And in this house, we love lemon, so we get extra lemon. And that's all you do. And you put it in the microwave for 1 minute. And see all of this on the back? Tap it off and it comes up. Stir it up. Now you can make different kinds of omelets in here. You can make oatmeal in here. You can do all kinds of crazy things in here. And I've got a booklet that has all different kinds of recipes. So if you want to get with your consultant and get one of these bad boys so that you can have this on the go, or if you want to be able to make these quick little breakfasts for your kiddos and surprise them with one of these in their bento boxes, hey, I think they would be very excited about that. So it has a little vent on the top and a seal, okay? Sorry about that. Somebody was trying to call me. And so I'm going to put this in the microwave for a minute, and that is it.
Awesome. Do we have questions while she's popping that in?
We have some requests to post the recipe, but we can do that in the comments when she's done.
Absolutely.
And then Tina wanted to know what the cup is called.
The ceramic egg cooker.
And then Julie gave us a tip that egg whites have less cholesterol. So if you just use the egg whites, you can lower the amount of cholesterol
Yes.
in your recipe.
Yes. You can do the egg whites, or you can do an egg substitute. It lowers it by, I think, 15 milligrams.
All right, I want to pop over and show you our green goddess dip real quick. And we're working here still on our bento box. You can see we've got so far tomatoes, and then we have our green goddess dip here. So we did a little bit of tasting because you know, Emma loves avocado, but it needed spice is what she said. So we tried a little salt and pepper extra, and we ended up adding guacamole mix. So it's like this green goddess guacamole, but it is delicious, isn't it? And we're gonna dip it with carrots and tomatoes, and we're pretty excited about it. It only took about 30 seconds to make, and then I used the large scoop to pop it into my little silicone guy. And of course, if you don't have the silicone ones, but you just have a cupcake tin or a little tool, I even think our 1 cup Prepple, no, it doesn't fit. I was just kidding. All right, back to you, Robin. You have your next little item to show us?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, she's right. She's almost done with her. It only takes a minute for that one.
And if if it isn't completely done, it just depends on your microwave. You just put it in like 10-second intervals just to make sure. You don't want to overcook it. And then I just want to make sure it's done. You take our cake tester is a cake tester on one side and then a release on the other side. So you just take the release, go around. Come on up. There she is. Doesn't that look yummy?
Looks great.
All right. So the next one I'm going to do is may sound funny. It's energy balls. Pick me up. They are quinoa. Isn't that how you say it? Quinoa. Quinoa. They're toasted quinoa energy bites. When you're like running just like at work or a workout, you just need that quick snack, like from breakfast to lunch or from lunch to dinner, or anytime. You can put them in the bento box, like for snacks for the kids. It doesn't matter. So it's very easy to make. Let me get my.
And I will totally vouch for this. Is one of my very favorite recipes. We like it for dessert. We like it for snack. It's a really great option for the kids because, you know, they get a little chocolate chip, but mostly that quinoa, either peanut butter or whatever you use for it. It's a really healthy option.
Quinoa. Okay. Just wanted to make sure I was saying it right. Okay. So bear with me because this is the first time I'm making it. Okay. So don't judge me too bad, Katie. Okay. All right. So you first you toast your quinoa, and I put it in the refrigerator afterwards just so that it wouldn't melt everything, so that they would come out not too deflated, so that I wouldn't have to refrigerate them as long afterwards, because I know Tom's gonna want to eat them because peanut butter and chocolate are like his favorite, and he's not home yet. So all you do is take a 3/4 cup of your quinoa and you put it in a pan and you toast it for like 3 to 5 minutes, just until it starts getting that brown or it starts popping at you. And then next you place the oats in the manual food processor, which I have right here. Which I haven't done yet, I'm sorry. Well, you guys get to see the manual food processor.
While you're doing that, I have to read Myra's comment from Facebook. She says one of her daughter's favorite lunchbox treats is banana sushi. Nutella on a large flour tortilla with the banana, roll it up, slice it like sushi. Oh, I love that. Thanks for sharing.
That sounds good. So our thing is firstly chopping it. And with this, I love the manual processing manual food processor. I use this like literally for everything. Put the rest of it in here. And with the oats, you want to use either instant, or you want to use the quick oats, because if you use the other, then it takes a lot longer for it to actually process afterwards when you put them in the refrigerator. Okay. It's coarsely chopped. So we're done with that. All right. Now, all we do is just mix all the ingredients together and put everything in a bowl and mix it. So we've got 2 cups of coarsely chopped oats. We have your quinoa, 3/4 cup of quinoa. We have half cup of mini chocolate chips. We have 1/3 cup of either honey or agave sweetener. Or if you want to do a substitute, you can. We have 3/4 cup of peanut butter creamy. You see why this is going to be an energy bite? And we have 2/3 cup of, where'd my coconut go? Coconut.
I'm having so much fun reading these comments. You know, peanut butter is life. Quinoa is, I can't even pronounce this, but Julie obviously Googled for us that it is the chinopodium plant. And it's not a grain. I would have totally put it in a grain, but more of a protein. Protein, I guess, is where it.
Yeah. All right. So all we do is mix this up. And once it's mixed, we scoop it into balls. You can make it to any size you want. And then once we've scooped them into balls, we put it into the refrigerator or the freezer. You can put it in the freezer for 8 to 10 minutes or the refrigerator for 30 minutes until they firm up, and then you can eat them. Now you can freeze them overnight and then let them thaw out for 1 to 2 hours. That's it.
I love it. And I want to just also say we love the balls, and we also make them in our little snack bar maker too. And I actually prefer to leave them in the freezer when they're thinner, like the little bars. You can make granola in this, all kinds of things, chocolate bars. But when I do the energy bites, I like them really cold, and here's a really nice treat. So that's another option for that same recipe. Definitely good. And if you don't like coconut, or you don't like peanut butter, or you're allergic, like, you can totally sub out. Like my kids' preschool was peanut butter free, and so we did sun butter, and he loved those, and we did, you know, sun butter sandwiches and stuff like that. And there's a lot of alternatives out there now too. So okay, well, let's head over to Dusty and see what she's got for us.
Hi, everybody. So I am going to make baked granola bars. I have been really excited to do this because this is something I want to make for my son. And it comes with the mini spatula because it fits in there perfect. So I have 1.5 cups of oats, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. I have, and then there was 3 tablespoons of brown sugar in there. I have, let me see. You could do 1/4 cup of agave or nectar. I had a disaster with my honey all over the place. I was waiting. I need my measure-all cup, but they're always in use and always being washed. So it makes it so much easier to get stuff out. But I've got that. And then 2 tablespoons of oil or melted butter, which I have put in. Hear my kids being crazy in the back. Melted butter I had in a silicone cup. And then as far as add-ins, so you do 1 cup total of whatever it is that you want to use. So I did 4, and I did 1/4 cup of each. You can do chopped nuts, dried fruit, chocolate morsels, crushed pretzels, crushed cereal, and or sweetened flaked coconut, or any type of alternative that you may need. I did mini chocolate chips. I did crushed cereal, crushed pretzels, and coconut. So I'm just gonna put all of this into my bowl, and then I'm going to mix it all up really good. They're in there having a blast while I'm in here cooking breakfast at dinner time. They sound like they're having a good time. Okay, so I just did all of the things. It's not super sticky, just to show you guys. And then you can use the large scoop. And then just scoop it out into there. I feel like that should be more sticky. But, oh, that's a little bit better. There we go. So one little one in there, and it's going to make 12 different cereal. So I've been practicing because my little guy is going to be going into kindergarten this year. So I found out how much breakfast and lunch cost at school, and I said, nope, we will try to do it ourselves.
Yeah, when Dusty, when you shared with me that you did the math on that, I went in and looked and I was like, holy cow, it's like $700 or something crazy.
Yeah.
Feed your kids up from school.
So for breakfast and lunch for my son, it's $5. So I think 2 for breakfast, 3 for lunch. That was 8. There was 175 school days in the year. So that was $875. And the other day I made donut holes with muffin mix, and I calculated it. If, for example, I made nothing but donut hole muffins, it would cost me $80 for all, all breakfast.
Wow.
So I was like, oh my gosh, that's just, you don't think about it whenever you're doing all that stuff. And all of these things that I've been working on are cheap and super easy. So when this is done, I'm going to put it in the oven, and it is going to bake for 14 to 16 minutes until the oats start to brown.
And a tip for anybody that's more accident messy prone, you can put that on a stone or a cookie sheet as well, just so it's not as flexible.
That would be me. I had honey everywhere. I somehow managed to tip it over, and it was dripping down the cabinet. It was a mess, but I got it all under control.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Well, I just thought of a few other quick tips, so I'm gonna share real quick. I was thinking about like, what do I do when I leave the house? And so being gluten and dairy free is something that forced me to have to like bring my own food everywhere. And so some of my like top tips are the little prep bowls. So like I can make my own salad dressing. I can do leftovers, fruit, veggies. I like having glass instead of plastic. But if I do send with my kids, I'm always going to do like the reusable bags, or we have these silicone prep bowls, and the kids will use those for snacks that are easily crunched. So like, I think I have one right here, actually. This is the big version. Oh no, it's inside. So like this way it's flexible. I'm not doing single-use plastic, and it won't crunch like their potato chips, and I obviously am not sending them a 4-cup serving. It's just an example. And then the leak-proof glass containers, because you can microwave them. They're easy to clean. I love these. They come in a set of 3, so they're great for leftovers at home, but also this size specifically, I use it for everything. For the proteins, if you can't like say cook chicken or whatever, I like to use hemp seeds on salads. They're tasty, they're nutty, they're kind of like a sunflower seed. That's another good option. And then the other thing I do is I'll drain a can of black beans, and use the 1 cup prep bowl, and I'll split the can of black beans in 3 parts. And then my salad will be like a Southwest salad. I'll make my own Southwest dressing, and I'll make it in salad in a jar. So like you layer lettuce, dry lettuce first all the way up, and then you put in your ingredients like I would do like bell peppers, black beans, and then the lid of this make and cake jar has room for your dressing there. And it's all like in one. So those are a few of my like top tips for as an adult, leaving the house and trying to stay healthy. Also always make my own homemade dressing. I really, really love mayo plus lemon juice plus our rotisserie seasoning. It is the best salad dressing ever. As a dairy-free person, it's like my ranch or my Caesar, and it's freaking amazing. I love that salad dressing. So, okay, those are a few of my tips. And if anyone else has tips, please share in the comments too. And I know I found about 30 recipes to share with you for lunch ideas as well. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. Sorry. Dusty, back to you.
I'm glad that you gave the tip, because since this is kind of flimsy, I was like, that's going to be kind of hard to take out of there. So I put it in my stone bar pan. So I'm going to just flip those in there. I'm going to turn the timer on. And then I also have an idea for lunch, which is kind of like a little kid's Lunchable, which is going to be cheaper and it's going to be healthier because you know what's in it. So I just took our crinkle cutter and I cut up some cheese pieces. They've got like, you can hardly see them, cute little ridges. I cut up some ham, some deli ham, and then I put the crackers in here, which you could put in here or you could put in one of our reusable bags. And another thing, I bought this crinkle cutter. I'm so excited. Cheese sticks. You can make your own cheese sticks for a snack. And I think somebody had, well, it's a little big and floppy, but a lot cheaper. Somebody had said that you could make them yourself, and a block of cheese is like $4 and some change for 4 ounces versus, or 8 ounces versus 4 ounces of pre-made cheese sticks, which to me kind of taste waxy or look waxy, and they just don't look appetizing to me. So I found that idea and I thought, oh my gosh, that is awesome. That'd be a super quick and easy snack. And this could be anytime. So now I've got, some are fat, some are small, but now I've got a bunch of little cheese sticks for cheaper and really super quick. But that's all that I have.
I love
So I
it.
got breakfast and lunch really fast.
Amazing. And you know, it really can be simple. I think we overthink things more, you know, more than anything. We've got Emma's lunch here ready to go. We've got our almonds and the green goddess dip. Oh, we forgot our strawberries. I can show them that too. And then we were going to do the sandwich. She says strawberries. And then I could see using what Robin or Dusty made, the cheese sticks, whatever, the cheese sticks, the granola bars. Those are a great takeaway snack that has your, you know, a better balance than your typical snack. So Emma likes to have this kind of thing for snacks, which is fine with me. We can also make our own fruit leathers in the air fryer, you know, if we pre-plan that. But I always like her to have something with protein just so that their brains can get fed. And I didn't prepare to make that for you, but if you do watch our workshop group, Kim did a fantastic demo about smoothies. And, you know, there was a point in my life where I was like, okay, I know these kids they don't eat a lot. They're always eating, you know, white things, quick things, snacky things, but they're not like really counting their macros or doing it. We don't want to necessarily do that. But for me, I was like, I'm going to make sure that no matter what, they're going to start their day and with something healthy. And so I do a smoothie when and we, for the whole school year, they know they have to have smoothies. So we do frozen banana, frozen strawberry, water. You can totally use milk, but we use water, a handful of spinach. If you don't do too much, it's not green. They don't even know, although I just spilled the beans. And then we have our enrichables, which is super veggie, kale and fiber, and protein powder. All three are fantastic for smoothies. I will say the super veggie, if it is the one that you may taste. So I tend to do that more in my spaghetti sauces and stuff when I home make them in the cooking blender. But when it comes to like that starting your day, I'm like, they're hydrating, they're getting a fruit, a vegetable, their protein with the protein, pea protein that we have from our enrichable subscription. And then I feel a little bit better, even if they end up eating all the, fruit snacks or packages or whatever. But thankfully, I've got, Emmeline's really doing a good job. And I think I have I owe a lot to Pampered Chef because of that, like her growing up around me, learning how to cook, learning how to help with my husband's diet, my diet, all of the things. She's got a wider palate. And just so you parents out there know, or if maybe you've been against vegetables your whole life or something, they say it takes 11 tries to train your palate. And so if you're thinking about, okay, my kid hates this, whatever it is, but you're trying to find something that they do like, try to incorporate, like, say, all right, well, you can hate it, but we got to try it at least 11 times. And at one point we had a chart on our refrigerator. And I remember it was like, we're going to try sweet potato 11 times until you can tell me that you hate it. So did it really make them like stuff more? I think it made a little difference, but I just opening up their palate and then letting the taste bud things take it on. Now, I do want to show you one final thing. And then if any of our demos or consultants want to share other tips, please. But this is our serrated peel, or not serrated, this is our julienne peeler. You can see kind of has teeth. I love this for stir fries, but also I'm not a big, like huge raw carrot, big pieces. So I just love making the julienne carrots in for my salad. And so it's, just adds a little bit of a little bit more nutrition to your meal. So when you're doing salad in a jar, you always go like the most to the least and the driest to the wettest. So you would do lettuce, your carrots, any other dry vegetable, your protein. I like to do hemp seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds, those sorts of things, sunflower seeds, nuts, whatever it is. And then you do your like tomatoes or your strawberry. I like strawberries in salads, and then you leave the dressing out. It will stay for up to a week. Now, I usually do make it the day of, the night before, but it really is impressive how long, if you do that dry to wet philosophy, it really will stay for quite a while. So you could make ahead several days in a row if you had multiple jars. And if you just keep working with your kids on like, they can have whatever they want and they can have the vegetable. I have both of my kids eating salads now, and I feel like such a winner. You know what I mean? So what other tips, whatever thoughts do our consultants have? This is kind of free for all, answering questions, sharing some ideas. And if you'd like to come off mute and talk with us, please do as well. Or do you have any other Pampered Chef tools that make breakfast, lunch, dinner on the go easier for you? Let's hear those.
I do have a couple tips. One, kind of piggybacking off of what Dusty said about the cheese. Yes, if you buy cheese, buy it in the block. One, you're saving money. Two, you're not getting all of those preservatives and stuff that's in the shredded prepackaged bags. Okay. Another tip is, it's just a cooking tip. We're talking about blocks of cheese, just kind of popped into my head. When you're baking and everything, you know how you put like butter and flour and stuff when you're baking and stuff or whatever, freeze your butter, because you can actually grate it and it's easier to actually meld in your, you know how you use a fork or a batter, a pastry, to actually do all that. You can actually use your just putting your butter in the freezer and grating it. Just a little cooking tip that I had. So that's all I have.
Awesome. Any other tips? Any other questions? And I have a couple more tickets to make. Sorry.
I have a few
Chloe's-
things.
Yeah, go ahead.
So again, like I said, I made the little like donut hole muffins, and then I could make a whole entire thing of them and just put them in a bag, and then you can just grab them and go, or quick breakfast. That's what I calculated, because it was like $1.03 for the packages, and if you made them yourself, which are probably really easy. I also bought our waffle stick pan. So every Sunday, my plan is to make him some type of breakfast in one of these new breakfast things that I bought, and then he's set for the week. So I don't have to necessarily make something every day or every morning. It's already there, ready to go. And I got our pancake shaker bottle, which is out of stock now. I'm super sad. I'm so glad I grabbed one. And that, again, you can put all the ingredients in there, shake it up, make pancakes super fast. And then I used our pizza roller to crush up the pretzels. I do not, shame on me, have a chopper yet. So I just put them in a plastic bag and I just roll it over and all it's chopped up and good to go.
I love it. We had another tip from Myra. She says that once you've sliced apples, and we do sell the like apple wedger thing, she will run them into under cold water so they don't turn brown. You can also soak them in water, or
Yes.
5 minutes in 7-Up. So what a great tip for there. And another
Some type of
tip is if you slice your apple down with the apple wedger, but don't disconnect it all the way, and then put a rubber band around it so the apple's held together. I should have done this for you because but it just came to me. But slice it, but hold it together at the bottom, and then put a rubber band. It will stay together. Especially, I know some kids are so picky. Once it turns brown, they're like, I'm not eating this at all. Another, like just having a peanut butter dip that's mixed with pea protein is another way to just, or even if you have like a protein powder with the vitamins and minerals in it, mixing that and making an apple dip is a really good one for us as well. Gluten-free, dairy-free. Not that that's important to everyone, but we have really found different ways to do that. So any other questions before we do our giveaway? So if you put together, so the idea is like, if you get it back to its natural form, it will be less likely. Just like with your avocados, if you leave the pit next to it. And I have started cutting my avocados the short way so that it's more enclosed. It does seem to help. Okay, and I do have so many fun recipes. Another awesome idea for breakfast ahead of time, making like muffin quiche or egg, if you like eggs, doing egg omelets ahead of time in a muffin tin. You can freeze them, you can pop them in the fridge, warm them up real quick, warm them up in your egg cooker, and have one for every day. Yes, the avocados are, I cut them short ways, and then I'll take my 1 cup pretzel and put it cut side down and the lid on. So it's still in its shell. It still has its pit, half of it, and it has the lid on. That seems to work, at least for a day. It's definitely, there's no real magic for that. Okay, well, I think we're all good. Any other tips? I know we're out of time too. Can you believe it? So we are going to be giving away a bento box, and this worked really nicely last month for our ice cream maker. Congrats to Geraldine, who won that ice cream maker, by the way. You guys were so fun. We had like 90 entries for that thing, and so congrats to Geraldine for that win. Very lucky. We're going to give away a bento box, and listen, I know you may not need a bento box, and that's okay, but we have so many people right in our town that could be so blessed by this, whether you give it to a church to give to a kid that doesn't have access to something like this, or you give it to a teacher. I love that it's neutral so that a girl, a boy, an adult, a kid could really get a lot of use out of this. You can just take one, you can take both. I'm really impressed by the way that they thought this really well through. So we're going to give one of these away, and you got one entry, all of you, for being here. If you shop with your consultant and you end up buying a bento box, you're helping your consultant win our team challenge. So if you're a consultant, you don't know about our team challenge, you got to go sell the bento boxes, get them into as many teachers and kids' hands as they start school. And we're just having a little friendly competition to get the word out that our bento box is the best. And you can shop with your consultant anytime. But our big sale this month in August is that $100 off of our big appliances. So if you are busy and you know you're going to have to get dinner in on the table, and you're doing that after school, after work, before gymnastics, before sports, like think about having, homemade something that takes just as long as running through the drive-through, or eating something that you get to control the ingredients. That's what the whole idea is, to save you money, save you time, help you be budget friendly. And with that said, all of our consultants have an online party called Budget Friendly Tips and Power Cooking. So if you haven't yet seen that, please talk with your consultant about getting access to that party content, whether it's a discount party that you share with you and your friends so that they can learn some of the tips we learned tonight and a lot more, with how to cook chicken in all the ways, how to make it go further, how to freeze it properly, how to get all the recipes on our budget friendly tips. Your consultant has an ebook about that. They have a 3 to 5 day online party that they can share with you, whether you're an attendee or you host your own party. And again, you can stack the $100 off with the 60% off that hosts are getting this month, and just get yourself all educated up on how to save money with our increased prices of everything, right? And finally, we would love for you to consider learning more about our Pampered Chef team. We're the best team there is. So if you didn't know that, now you do. And we would love to invite you to learn more. We have a link for that, and you can find all that information and let us know how you want your consultant to follow up with you in our survey. So the giveaway, when you fill out our survey, you can tell us what additional entries you'll get when you shop, host, or join your consultant's team. And for being here, you get one. We will share all the recipes. And I actually have like 20 other recipes that I found that we weren't able to share with you tonight. So we'll do that. And then Emma, you want to pick us a door prize winner as well? So this is just, we'll pick 2 door prize winners. There'll be a little bonus something. And then the bento box will be, I'm sorry, I didn't say that. August 15th is your deadline for getting your extra tickets for that, right?
Have you ever had it?
My social?
Yeah.
All right, Emma, come on.
That one.
Rachel, all right, you got here just in time. Next one. Just pick one out, please.
With cookie dough.
And Kay. All right, Rachel and Kay, you guys got our door prizes. Anyone is still open to win our bento box. Oh, I forgot to say, if you buy a bento box, you get an extra ticket as well. So any order with your consultant gets you a ticket, but also if you buy a bento box, that's a second ticket. Okay. All right. Well, that is all I have for you. I'm going to stop the recording and stop our live. Keep the questions and comments coming. The recipes will be here in the comments soon. All right.